Mike Davis, our guest, founder of the Article 3 Foundation. Mike, I think this prosecution was politically motivated. I think that it's fundamentally un-American in that respect, threatens the foundation of our system. I'm with you, and I think that it's going to be overturned. The conviction will be overturned. Obviously, the sentencing as part of that, et cetera. Where my question arises is with the corruption, because as you know, as an accomplished attorney, I mean, that word can be used in so many different senses. I have not seen any evidence that this judge is corrupt in the legally prosecutable sense. Are you referring to corruption in some other sense?
No, he's very corrupt in both the criminal sense and the ethics sense. You had a former federal Clinton judge go on Caitlin Collins' show. I think it was like April 6th, but I'd have to go pull up the date on CNN, not exactly MAGA country, and said this former Clinton federal judge said that Judge Merchan is required by New York statute to recuse from this case because in New York, they go out 6 degrees of separation. The daughter is in the 1st degree of separation. She has a direct financial interest in this criminal prosecution over which her father is presiding. She is a fundraiser for Kamala Harris and Joe Biden and many other top Democrats. She's raising money off of this unprecedented criminal trial over which her father's presiding. As a fundraiser, she gets a cut of whatever she raises. This is a clear-cut case where Judge Merchan must have recused. And this is the same Judge Merchan that was supposedly randomly assigned to all these Trump cases. You had the Trump Organization case. You had the Trump CFO case. You had this Trump case. You had Steve Bannon's case. This judge realized that realized he got caught being so corrupt that he actually just took himself off of Steve Bannon's upcoming criminal trial in New York. This guy is corrupt. He's corrupt under New York statutes. He's also corrupt under our federal criminal statutes, 18 USC 341 and 342. It's conspiracy against rights. When you are a judge and you are illegally violating the constitutional rights of Americans, you could be prosecuted under our federal civil rights laws.
And do you expect there to be any prosecution? Is that something that could then, let's say that President Trump won, is that something that a Trump Justice Department could legitimately prosecute as opposed to any kind of political retaliation?
Nobody's above the law, as the Democrats always say. And when you are conspiring to violate the civil rights of President Trump, his top aides like Steve Bannon and Peter Navarro, his lawyers like Jeffrey Clark and John Eastman and Rudy Giuliani, his supporters on January 6th, parents outraged by gender chaos in schools and the resulting rapes in bathrooms. When you're putting 75-year-old Christians in prison for praying at abortion clinics, but this same Biden-Harris Justice Department gives amnesty to Joe Biden and Hunter Biden and James Biden and every other scumbag Biden who's taken more than $20 million that House Oversight Chairman James Comer's been able to document going into their bank accounts from Russia, China, Ukraine, Kazakhstan. When you give amnesty to these BLM and Antifa rioters, these abortion industry activists, these trans terrorists, these Hamas supporters who are terrorizing Jews all over America, particularly Jews on college campuses, there needs to be a reckoning on January 20th at noon, the second that President Trump is sworn in. There must be a reckoning. We need to make sure that this never happens again, this Republican-ending lawfare and election interference by these Biden and Kamala Harris Democrats. They have taken our country to the brink. They lost, and then they're trying to dust themselves off again and go again with this Chutkan in D.C. going forward, with the bogus case in D.C. and Juan Merchan and Alvin Bragg going forward with their bogus case in New York. This lawfare is unrelenting on their part. It's going to destroy our country, and these Biden-Harris Democrats at the Justice Department, in these Democrat DA offices in New York, D.C., Atlanta, Arizona AG's office, these judges like Chutkan, Merchan, they must face a criminal probe, and they must face severe legal, financial, and political consequences if they're found to have engaged in a conspiracy.
Mike, we have to head to a break, but I just want to tell you how much I appreciate you coming on and giving us your perspective. I love how passionate you are about this, and it'll be really interesting to see how this plays out. So thanks again.